Everything I'm about to say in this video could be applied to other games, but Call of Duty is the game this most applies to, so here we go. Call of Duty is a game where success or failure compounds and snowballs into glory or gut-wrenching rage. The problem is that a lot of new players never experience the glory part, so they don't even know what it looks like or if it's even obtainable for them. It's kind of like working out. If you've never seen your muscles grow, your stomach get flatter, felt your energy levels go up, then you really don't have the frame of reference for the benefits that exercise and going to the gym is going to have, so it's sort of hard to motivate yourself. You don't really have a feeling that you're chasing. So when you're in pursuit of an unnamed unknown, how would you even start chasing that? At some point, to begin something, you have to start trusting the process of improvement before you even start it, and Call of Duty is exactly like that, just like most things are exactly like that. But Call of Duty is really interesting compared to other shooters because success compounds upon itself in the same way that failure does, I think more so than the other AAA shooters, and even like non-AAA like Twitch Arena shooters. I feel like Call of Duty is uniquely relevant when it comes to this topic. So if you don't know how to build a loadout for total domination, you don't know how to play in a way that makes your enemies want to rage quit, then you're sort of walking down this proverbial like unlit path to some bullshit destination that you've only been on the receiving end of and been frustrated by, and that's hard. Like, how do you pursue the thing you've only been on the receiving end of, especially when you grow, you kind of grow to resent it, right? You grow to resent the like concept of being like really good at COD when you've only been on the receiving end of it. You've only been, you know, smash down, your team rage quits, spawn trapped, streaks in the air against you. You haven't really been the one that provides that, so you kind of begin to resent it. And that's the first thing you'll have to kill in yourself, the resentment of that, in order to improve. So did you kill all of your resentment and completely devoid yourself of ego? Perfect, we can continue. The top players since like the dawn of like Call of Duty 4, and they sort of had to make a goal to trust the process of improvement, even though the standard for what top pub play was in 6v6 COD really hadn't been established yet. I'm not saying there was never a good player in COD 2 and COD 3, but what we know of like current COD 6v6 multiplayer meta, that wasn't established back in 07, but people trusted the process that there had to be more. So that's impressive to me. Quick scoping, drop shotting, jump shotting, spawn control, picking meta loadouts, you know, it wasn't really on the radar for the average person, you know, sitting in their living room connecting to PSN or Xbox Live for the first time in 07, but some people were already, they were playing like there had to be a higher level of play, and it's funny, they were right, there was a higher level of play, and we still see people doing it. We still see people, you know, streaming it and making videos about it. And it's been like 20 years. There's 20 years of like referential knowledge you can have just by searching on YouTube just how to be good at COD, and then you do like how to be good at COD before 2008, and then you just get to like see how people were talking about Call of Duty and improvement and high quality gameplay and you know getting 50 kills a match, and how that was something that slowly grew over time. The problem with being a new player today is that you don't realize that you are a couple hundred play sessions from being in a permanent gameplay rut forever. And I know people that have been playing COD since like Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, and they are still in the same gameplay rut of sort of lower mediocre performance, resenting better players. And that is a habit that they'd have to actively try to break, and that's something that's very hard to do, and it's something I had to do, and trust me, it was not easy. So let me ask you something. Before you sort of dismiss this point, let me ask you something. Do you avoid equipping higher level streaks for, you know, a practical reason? Like, you don't want to equip super high streaks because you want to help your team with more load and support streaks, right? Or do you not equip them because you don't think those are in your grasp? Those aren't something that you think you can get. Really answer yourself honestly. I'm not going to tell you what you think, but ask yourself, why do you avoid equipping higher level streaks if you do? Now, this isn't a mind over matter, just believe in yourself video. It's not what I'm doing at all. More along the lines of you've put yourself in a rut by playing in a way that continues the cycle of low or downright poor performance. And unless you start to taste improvement and see success, you're never going to know how to be hungry for it. It's really hard to crave a food you've never eaten or pursue results you've never seen. You need to set your goals higher so that you can see yourself breaking through your own skill ceiling. Over the years, I've heard some of the most potent cope on this subject, like Call of Duty is just about luck. Anyone could be a tryhard. I just don't use overpowered weapons. That SMG doesn't take skill. And then they will point out a player that's controlling the map and spawns and is using cover. It's like, oh, he's only winning because he's a camper. I've seen this for years. I've seen it in myself, especially when I was younger, and I've seen it in my friends. I've seen it in my ex-girlfriend. I've had a lot of years of COD and playing with people and groups of people. It is downright frustrating. I mean, I tried to improve. I tried to do really well. I tried to get into competitive COD back in Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghosts when I was younger, and I succeeded. I got really good. I pushed myself beyond what I thought I could do. I went for higher streaks. I clutched S&D games. I started doing really well, but the team I was a part of fell apart, and I got depressed and resentful. And then when Advanced Warfare came out, I was not good at it at all. And even though I was starting my YouTube channel, the idea of improvement and just getting better at COD was something that I felt like had already passed me by, because I was a dramatic, angsty little teenager and should have probably just fucking locked the hell in, but whatever. So, let's break down what you should do when trying to improve at Call of Duty into just about 10 steps. Am I an expert? No, I'm not an expert. But are you still watching this? Yes, you are. Okay, cool. Then you're probably in need of some inspiration. You're looking for some motivation, inspiration, some information, and my 10 steps could do just that. So shut up and follow this list every time you play for your next, let's pull a number out of the air here, 20 play sessions? Yeah, 20. And you'll probably, if you actually want to break the shitty cycle you're in, see some massive improvements. So, step number 1, learn what good is and equip it. I'm not saying be a meta slave, just go learn about the shit in the game you bought. Go look up what people are using, look up meta loadouts, look up best loadout gameplay, best gun, you want to use this attachment, watch those shitty clickbait videos and research the game a little bit. Give yourself a little bit expanded knowledge of the meta and how you should be playing. And when you watch high-level pub stompers use high-level loadouts, it can kind of start to paint a picture in your mind what your gameplay could look like, and that starts with what you equip. Don't be a meta slave, just have an understanding of the game you're playing. Then step 2, you need to read the description of every perk in the game and equip it based on playstyle. Read through what the perk does and equip it accordingly. I get killed by a lot of people in Call of Duty. I know, I'm an expert. And I look at the perks they're using, and sometimes they are in a random assortment of perks that don't really play into each other or help each other out. And even with Black Ops 6 here, that's trying to get you to equip all of the same color and trying to get you to play into one type of playstyle, one of 3 major playstyles, that people still just equip a seemingly random assortment of perks. The perks are not nothing. The perks will keep you alive or kill you in various situations, and you need to read. Step 3, when playing solo, use claymores, bouncing betties, whatever game you're playing, use mines to cover your back, and equip perks and equipment that prioritize stealth. So suppressors, ghost, ninja, anything that makes you silent, stealthy. You don't have backup when you're playing solo, and you cannot rely on randoms. You need to be off the enemy's radar. You are going to get overwhelmed anyway. You do not need to give them more information, and no one's going to be covering your back except you. And even the sweatiest tryhard god in the world, if they don't have the right perk setup, they're not going to be able to outrun a claymore that's going off in their face. You're either going to make them one shot, you're going to give away their position, or you're going to outright kill them. So don't be prideful. If you're playing solo and you're trying to do really well and go for high streaks, use mines to cover your back and prioritize stealth equipment and perks. Then you combine your minimap and kill feed info together. Don't just look at the minimap. Don't just chase red dots. Use the kill feed and the minimap when you're playing. I think I've said this a million times on this channel. This is the example I always give. If you're going into a room and you see that there is a red dot in there, right? But also there's a blue triangle, your teammate's in there. And then the blue triangle disappears suddenly. You look in the kill feed and see the last kill was somebody killing somebody with a shotgun. So that's probably the red dot killing the blue triangle with the shotgun. So if you enter that room to chase whoever's making that red dot, that person's making a red dot with a shotgun. So understand that. The kill feed plus the minimap is going to give you information. Not to mention audio. Stop playing with TV speakers. This is just a little addendum to this. Stop playing with TV speakers. Play with headphones. Stop blaring music in your ears. I do not understand How some of you blare loud, lyric-filled music into your ears, hop into public match and expect to do well. Half the information in the game that's like, there's a guy around the corner, he's using a shotgun, there's a sniper shooting at you, there is somebody sneaking up on you right now. That information is lost when you're blaring music, so stop it. Number 5, you're gonna play in a U-shape formation. You're gonna make a back and forth horseshoe sort of pattern while using cover and keeping enemies at range. You have a gun, you don't need to be in their face, okay? You're gonna approach an area, get a kill, and then horseshoe over to another area, but do not go forward. Stop pushing forward. If I'm not lazy, I'll have a little clip of me doing a U-shaped formation in a match, and then it'll play here. If not, just picture a horseshoe. You go up, and then you curve back down, you go up. The letter U. See this? Do this. Always be moving your feet in gunfights. Always. Always, 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 especially if you're on controller, that's gonna activate your aim assist. Always be moving your feet. I fight some of you and you hold completely still. I get angry getting killed by a stationary player because I know they're putting themselves at a disadvantage, so if I die to them while they're standing still, there's something wrong with me. Make yourself an ever so slightly harder target and always be moving your feet. Yes, even if you're behind cover. Number 7, hold locations like they were objectives even if they aren't. That building, that fence line, that little corner of the map that everyone seems to funnel through, those are your objectives. They are passive objectives and you need to hold them like they are. You're gonna control them. I'm not saying camp, I'm not saying sit in a corner. I'm not saying pre-aim the same angle all game. I'm saying play each area, each location like it's an objective you're trying to keep enemies out of. That mindset will help you focus, and also, yeah, maps have natural advantages and disadvantages. Even the most simplistic 3-lane cookie cutter barf map is still going to have some areas that are worth controlling over others, for the most part, so do it. Number 8, stop sprinting after every kill. I have to remind myself about this all the time. When I'm new to COD, when I haven't played COD in a minute, I am so bad at this. You need to stop sprinting after every kill. In fact, keep your gun up after every kill, because there's always, almost always more than one. Almost always more than one, okay? In the military, they teach this thing in basic training where it's like, if there's one, there's more. If you see an enemy, there's probably more than one. Don't assume that somebody's just out and about by themselves, not pushing up with their team, not trying to take the objective. Apply that to your gameplay. If there's one, there's more. If there's one, there's two. If there's two, there's three. If there's three, there's four. If there's four, there might as well be the entire fucking team. If you play with that mentality, you're gonna catch people off guard. A lot of people will see their teammate drop and immediately move in because people let their guard down after they get a kill in COD. It is 6v6, not you versus that guy. After you kill him, his buddy's going to be somewhere. Even if they weren't together when you killed one of them, people can see their teammate disappear from the minimap, and if they're playing with their friends, they can go, I just died, bottom floor of this building. Someone's gonna come and look for you. So gun up, head on a swivel after every kill. Number 9, stop going for 50-50 fair quick draw gunfights. Let's sprint up at each other and see who comes out of sprint and start shooting first bullshit gunfights. Stop it. Use movement and cover for an advantage all the time. Get a drop on people. If you have cover, if you have movement, if you're moving around with cover, then you're gonna have a higher chance of winning gunfights. You do not need to play on their terms. You do not need to play fair. That is not how this works. You're going to do what you want to do, which is survive. And the way we survive is by not playing like an idiot. They don't need an equal chance to kill us that we have to kill them, okay? They need less chances to kill you. That's the goal. You're the main character here. And number 10, I can't stress this one enough. This one kind of encompasses all of this, and I'm getting excited just to bring it up. Be aggressive. Pre-fire a corner, mag dump at an enemy, throw grenades. Always be applying pressure. There's no perfect shot. There's no, I'm gonna wait and then I'm gonna try to out-time this person. Pressure. Push that person, dump a mag into them. Shoot your gun before you're all the way aimed down sight, so as you're aiming down sight, you're already shooting. There's no perfect shot. Just violence of action. Take it. Take that move. Take that choice. Make a thing. Do a stuff, okay? Every time. If you're not doing a stuff, you're waiting, you're hoping, you're hoping you're gonna hit that shot. You're not gonna hit that shot. Dump that motherfucker. Put him in the dirt. When you unlock that part of your brain, you see somebody in the distance, don't try to like, oh, I'm gonna run for cover and start shooting. You see him, he sees you, you're out in the open, sight on him, dump, hold the trigger down, try to control the recoil. Give him something to worry about. Get a hit marker on him. Try to flinch him off target. You're always trying to give them something to deal with. Lower their health, stun them, hit them with something. Try to push them, scare them, make them have to make definitive decisions. The more decisions they have to make, the more likely they are to eventually make the wrong one. And if you're constantly pushing them and making them miserable and always applying pressure while doing everything else I just said, not sprinting after every kill, you know, playing in a U-shaped formation, going sort of back and forth and rotating areas and holding locations like their objectives. If you're doing all of this in tandem, you're going to play better. Do that for 20 play sessions. Do that for, here, I'll put it on the screen. Bam. All 10 things right here. Screenshot this, make it your wallpaper. I don't care. And then you're gonna play 20 play sessions. That's 20 days. You're gonna do better. Just from this, you are going to do better. Oh, and the number one thing also to remember, practice. Go shoot bots. Go run around and shoot bots. Get so used to your controller, your keyboard, your mouse, your monitor. Get the feeling of your response time of your monitor or TV. Get it so ingrained into your body that it is second nature. If you don't practice, if you don't try to like perfect your aim and kill some like double health bots in a private match, then you're not building muscle memory, meaning you have to slightly relearn the game every time you take a small break, and that's just not that's just stupid. Don't do it. Stop doing it. Going into Black Ops 7, you know, if you're somebody who is rejecting this, thinks this is stupid, if you resent this, see you on the bottom of the leaderboard. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.